I'm Chad Douglas, continuing our Connect to Congress initiative with Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Senator, what are your thoughts on the drone strike that happened this past weekend in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Iran needs to be clear that we are not going to allow them to bully us into negotiations. And we are not going to allow them to try and become the hegemon in that region. It's just not going to happen. So I think the president's response has been good. It's been measured. It's been tough. I know they're considering additional sanctions. And we need to make sure that our European allies do their part here. I mean, we need Europe to actually get tough on Iran, quit giving them a pass, quit looking for ways out. They need to stand united with us to drive Iran back to the negotiating table to get a deal that actually holds them accountable and prevents them from getting nuclear weapons.
One of the last times we talked to you, Senator, you wanted to draft legislation protecting children from online games and microtransactions. What's the latest with that bill?
Yeah, so we've done that. We've introduced a legislation that would protect kids from loot boxes. I mean, it gives parents the ability to make sure their kids aren't exposed to online gaming, essentially. It would stop the gaming industry from putting online gambling into these games without parents knowing about it or being able to do anything. And it really gives control back to parents. And that's the bottom line, is that parents ought to be able to raise their kids, not big tech, and this bill would help that.
On Capitol Hill today, a lot of tech folks have been talking about online dangers. What's going on with that?
Well, Facebook, continues its pattern of censorship. I mean, it's really brazen, I think, at this point. I've called them out on it repeatedly. They've assured me, most recently, they were censoring a pro-life group. They've said that they made a mistake. They said that they'll reverse the censorship. But here's the bottom line. I don't believe Facebook's assurances about anything. I want to see real action. So they should open their books to a third-party audit, an independent third-party audit. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what their censorship protocols really are behind closed doors, and let's get a sense of what's going on at Facebook.
At the end of last week, the EPA announced the repeal of the Overreaching Waters of the United States, or WOTUS rule. Big news for Missouri farmers. Senator, what do you have to say about that?
Huge news. I mean, this is a huge victory. Missouri farmers, especially family farms, are really hard hit by this terrible rule, which was unconstitutional to begin with. So to see it withdrawn, finally killed by the Trump administration, I went to court as Attorney General to fight against it. So this is a huge victory for us. It's a huge victory for Missouri farmers, and it's going to allow family farms to have a chance to flourish.
Senator Josh Hawley, we appreciate your time.